it's Lael with Lael by Mail. In this video, we're going to take a look at my 2024 Year in Review Traveler's Notebook Project Kit. So first we will take a look at what I did with the project kit, and then we will take a look at the contents of the kit itself. In the description box of the video down below, you will find a link to purchase. So the whole idea behind kind of the Year in Review is based on a memory keeping concept that I started doing about 4 years ago. Called About Last Month. And as my life had kind of changed, as my husband and I were new empty nesters, I had to figure out for myself how I could continue making kind of memory keeping work for me. Because prior to that point, kind of our kids, everything, all of my memory keeping for the most part had to do with my kids, but empty nesters. And so obviously that needed to change a little bit. So I kind of had to step back and figure out how I could continue to document life, but now document life from my perspective as opposed to their perspective. And that's where I came up with that whole idea of About Last Month. So the idea about last month, about last month is at the start of a new month, you sit down and you make a list, add photos of the things that happened in the prior month. So here's an example of my December About Last Month lists from 2023. So for the entire year, each new year, I pick a format and I pretty much stick with that format for the entire year. And that's what makes it so approachable, because I'm not having to kind of reinvent the design wheel, if you will, every year. So when it's time to sit down and do my About Last Month, for the prior month, I'm always using the same stamp set for a year. I'm always doing a little run-on list here, so just a list of the things that happened, and then an assortment of photos. So that's kind of the idea, the concept of About Last Month in a nutshell. The 2024 Year in Review Project Kit incorporates that whole About Last Month concept, but for the whole year. So with the project, you have everything that you need to basically do this for each month of the year in 2024. So let's take a look at my Traveler's Notebook and how I set it up for 2024. One thing that I will note is that the project kit does not include a Traveler's Notebook cover. So if you already have a Traveler's Notebook cover that you'd like to use, obviously you're more than welcome to use whatever I have. On the website, one of the things that you will see linked with that project kit, I have 3 different bundle options in addition to an a la carte option. So in 2023, I made my own Traveler's Notebooks, had them manufactured and released them in the fall. So you'll see a bundle option with each of, well, one of the different colors or covers. You could pick whichever one. Anyhow, so project kit comes a la carte, but also at a discount bundle option with one of the 3 covers. So the cover that I chose to use for 2024 is the Breton Black Stripe. One thing I'll show you, and we'll take a look at this in the contents of the kit as well, but the kit this year includes this really fun little charm. You see that? So it has, make sure that that's focused for you. It has a little dangly heart, a little bow, and then that 2024 little charm. All right, that you can hang from your Traveler's Notebook. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig in. So the project kit itself includes everything that you need to decorate your pockets, and then primarily we're spending all of our time in that particular insert. So I've used the Noteworthy collection from Simple Stories, among other things in the kit, but that's what you see I've decorated my pockets with over here. Then we jump into kind of the meat of the project kit, the meat of the whole concept, where we are working on our Traveler's Notebook for the year. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. As we start, the kit includes my 2024 About Last Month stamp set. So we do a lot of work in class talking about stamping, talking about stamping techniques, techniques for being successful with stamping. So we do a lot of education around stamping. And I bring that up just because you have those stamps are part of the kit or part of the stamp set. All right, so as we get going, you have a spread for each month of the year. So in class, we will be creating our actual January 2024 About Last Month spread, because class will take place in February of 2024. So we'll be doing that. For each of the months, we will be working with an assortment of custom die cuts that we'll talk about in a little bit. And then also that 2024 About Last Month stamp set. So we'll cover layering, we'll cover using different colors of stamping ink and a number of different things. So January, here you go. And then you will have a blank spread in between each month. So the blank spread you can do lots of different things with. Some people will do kind of an in the news. So make a list of the news events that happened that month. You may focus on one particular day, a concept that I call What a Day, where you're just kind of logging everything that happened in a particular day. And in this case, in the news would be for January, or What a Day would be for January. Some people like to just add additional photos here. So list here, photos here, as we saw in my kind of December example. Some people just like to add additional photos, or maybe you want to journal or write a little bit more about a particular thing that happened during the month. But when I set mine up, I always have kind of a blank page in between each month. Then we move to February. So in addition to kind of getting everything ready, we will also be talking about photos and the different types of photos that you could add to your About Last Month spread. So any photos that I have in here are just miscellaneous photos. Obviously, these are not photos from February of 2024 because that hasn't happened yet. But in this case, we make kind of a fun little pocket that you can tuck your photos into. Working with different stamps. There's my blank page again. Here we go for the month of March, having fun with some custom die cuts. We get into April. April is an example that I put together so you could get a feel for kind of what it would look like. Those are photos from last year, so obviously April hasn't happened either. So that gives you a really good idea. Then we jump to May. Then we jump to June. So June, as we go through class, we'll talk about, again, we have another pocket there, but maybe some different ways that you could work with photos. So in this case, those are like photo booth strips. So in class, we kind of talk about how to create those little photo booth strips, super easy. There we have July. August, but you notice how basically it's the same format, same concept for every month. I am doing my stamping on the left. I have room for my list on the right, or excuse me, left, and then photos on the right. That's what makes the project, I think, so easy and approachable because you're basically doing the same thing every month, just changing up whatever your photos look like and whatever's on your list. So there we have September, and then October. November, another type of pocket, sample photo again, and then December. All right, so that is kind of the project itself. Now let's take a look at the contents of the kit. So along with the 3+ hour class where I walk you through kind of creating everything, we will create January together, and then we'll go through lots of different stamping examples so you are ready when you are ready to work on your other months. So that class, you have color step-by-step instructions. You also have some great stamping tips, tricks, and techniques, and we cover all of these in class. These, I will tell you, are life-changing. If you've always been maybe a little bit afraid to stamp, all the tips and tricks and techniques that I share in class, I think are just really, really helpful. All right, so now going down to the product as part of the kit. This is a package of 2024 Year in Review die cuts. I worked with my friend Ashley at the Cut Shop for this custom pack. There are 77 pieces in there. So lots and lots and lots of die cuts that are there for you for the entire month. All right, then we jump to the insert. So the lined insert. This is one of my Lail by Mail lined inserts, so we'll use that obviously for the base of the project. Then we have a package of the 49 & Market Date Essentials rub-ons. So there are actually 2 6x8 sheets here. Here we go, and then that is the second sheet. You have my 2024 About Last Month 6x8 stamp set. And this one, there are 75 stamps. So lots and lots of stamps. You have the months in my handwriting, month in review, About Last Month, and then definition stamps, word strip stamps, icon stamps, number stamps. Really, really, really kind of product filled, I guess, stamp filled stamp set that you can use obviously beyond your About Last Month project. And that's the sample that I showed you in the book. All right, then we have that really fun little custom charm set. So it had this charm set designed and made just for this kit. So let me get that out there so I can show you. There we go. So there's the 2024, the little bow, and then the heart that you can dangle from your traveler's notebook, the little elastics on your traveler's notebook like that. You have the pom-pom trim. You have a 2024 custom die cut, or excuse me, paper clip. I had those made. You have a little 4x6 piece of paper that we're using for a pocket. And then we jump into some papers. So let's start with these first three. These are from the Simple Stories Noteworthy collection, and I just fell in love with these papers. I love the collection, super fun collection. So we're using, in some cases, parts from both sides. All right. Then we have this Flourish paper. This is a Maggie Holmes paper. Now, I couldn't resist including this paper. Well, I love using tickets and things in my traveler's notebooks, but look at the color palettes here, friends. Two totally separate manufacturers, two totally separate designers, but color palette like this looked like they looked like they were meant to go together. So those work really well together. And then just a plain piece of white cardstock that we will be using to slip cover or cover our insert. Alrighty, so there we go. There you have it. That is the 2024 Year in Review Traveler's Notebook Project Kit. As I mentioned, you will find a link in the description box of the video down below for purchasing. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.